Everybody, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? Hey, guess who's here? Everybody, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this episode, and I'm excited for my guests. You guys are going to be very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Karina Ojeda. She's here, boys. She is here. I've been waiting for this one, actually. I'm excited for this one. Karina, how you doing?
Oh, doing pretty well, actually. I can't complain.
I can't believe you're here. I'm excited. Everyone's excited. Guys, you should be excited because I am. Finally, someone I'm excited to be on here.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I know. It's good seeing you, though, man. Seriously, it really is.
Yeah.
You still live in that small town, huh?
Well, I went back to the small town, actually.
That's what I was going to ask you. What you were doing? You were living here.
Correct.
What made you move?
Multiplying on kids, actually. No. No, I'm on baby number 4 now.
Congrats.
Thank you. And something that I understand now as a parent is living in a small community just feels a lot better in raising kids there. You know, the school system, the community, just knowing like where my kids are at, who they're involved with, what they're doing in school.
Oh, okay.
It just was a little better for us and our family.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't know that, really.
Yeah.
I just thought, they just wanted something changed, but that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, dude. That's cool.
Yeah.
Welcome back home, I guess.
Yeah.
We grew up in that small town.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be better. I don't miss that town.
Uh,
The only reason why I go back is because my mom and my brother are there. That's
Right.
it. But I don't go because I want to. I go
Yeah.
because I kind of have to, you know?
I get that. You know, I said it for a long time. Like when I left Friona, I was like, I'm never going to come back. Like
Yeah.
I'm leaving, never turning back around. And then as I really matured in my parenting skills per se, because I can say that I wasn't the best mom in the beginning of my momhood, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I realized that was just the best community to be able to raise my kids, and it's just a very supportive community, and I feel like it's a safe haven almost.
Yeah.
Raising my kids in the Amarillo school systems, it just wasn't the same.
Was it harder or was it bigger? What was that like?
It was harder for sure, and I just felt like I wasn't near as involved with the kids here in Amarillo, and I just didn't know what they were doing. Like especially like my oldest daughter, I never knew what it was like for her in school. There was just no close relationships like I do have with the teachers in Friona.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I didn't know that. I was always wondering. I was like, why did she move back? I figured being in a bigger town would be better. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have kids or anything, so I wouldn't know. Not
Well,
yet.
and just it's one of the big things that like moms and people say, like you have to have a community or a tribe, like a tribe where, you know, I know that if for any reason I can't go get my kids picked up or whatever, like somebody in Friona is going to get my kids where they got to go, or like they're going to look out for our own. We look out for each other's kids. So, and then I have more support there, like my husband's family and my sister, my dad. Like I was very homesick. I was longing for the family that I didn't really have here in Amarillo. Like it was just me and my husband and the kids, and that was really it.
Okay. See, that makes sense. I didn't know that. Well, welcome here, man. I appreciate you. Hey, so now let's start from the very beginning, Karina. So, are you still nursing?
Yes.
You're still doing that?
I'm still a nurse,
Wow.
just a little different part of nursing, but yes.
Wow, that's crazy. And we'll get to your business here in a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's start from the beginning, dude. So let's start from like the very beginning. Obviously, growing up, you went to high school, and then what'd you do after high school, straight up?
So after high school, I graduated high school early, actually.
Did you?
I did.
What year?
So I graduated in 2011. I finished high school in the fall semester, December 2010.
Okay.
I got pregnant in high school.
We're going to get to that. I have a funny story about that.
Yeah. So all my credits in high school, I was really advanced in them.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to finish early, and it worked out great because I had my daughter in January of 2011. But the school still allowed me to like walk the stage, do prom, all that stuff in 2011 in May. So, but shortly after that summer, I started my college courses to begin the whole track of my nursing career.
Oh, okay. So you did nursing straight, just straight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many years did that take you though? Like nursing 6 years? How long does that take? 6 years in general?
I mean, if you do it like straight out of high school and you're taking full credit course hours, like it could take you maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe even sooner. I've seen some do it in like 2 to 3 years. Like, and I think the way it's established, like where you can get a lot of your credits in high school, and I've seen some of those girls go straight almost into the program within like a semester or two as soon as they graduate high school. So they're getting it done like in 2.5 years. Like it's pretty wild. It took me like 6 total.
Well, it's because you had a kid, right? You had kids. So
Right, and just a lot of bumps in the road.
So it was straight though. You didn't take no semesters off or nothing.
Oh no, I did.
Oh, did you?
I did. I took semesters off. I failed a semester. I mean, I had to retake microbiology 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
Microbiology. Isn't that a hard one? No. Isn't that like really, really hard science class?
Yeah, I guess you can say it's one of the prereqs that was required to like get into I needed that even before I started like the LVN program.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when I first started it, I wasn't taking it seriously. So I failed my first time. The second time I quit it. And then the third time I finally was like, okay, I got to get this done or I'm never going to get through this program.
Okay. I didn't know that. And then after that, now you went nursing.
Yes.
And then you're good now.
Yes.
Okay. God dang, that's crazy. I didn't know that. All these years, I don't keep up with many people I grew up with. I know we grew up somewhat, but we never really like talked a whole lot. You know what I mean? That's kind of wow.
Yeah.
6 years. That's cool, man. See, everyone, you can fail and make it. Yeah. You have to go through failure in life.
Oh, absolutely.
What was that? Whenever you graduated, what was that like? Whenever you finished all of that, what was that like? You finished, what was that like? What does that feel? You know what I mean? Walking that stage, being a nurse.
Man, I think for me in particular, it was very bittersweet because, my mom passed away, right?
Yes.
And my mom passed away in the middle of me being in the RN program.
Oh, in the middle. Okay.
In the middle of it. And I really wanted to quit after that. I didn't really have a lot of part of me that wanted to finish it. I just wasn't engaged. I couldn't focus, obviously. And it was just really hard and I really wanted to quit. And I had 1 semester left to finish my RN degree when my mom passed away. And I just pushed through it. I mean, that was her number one thing for me was to get my nursing degree, since forever. Yeah. So when I finished and I walked that stage, it was bittersweet because she wasn't there, but I knew that I did it. And knowing that I did it for her was one of the main reasons, I finished it for her and for myself and my family, of course. But, it just felt different. It wasn't just something else that I accomplished. It was something that I knew that I had to fight through to finish.
Okay. And congrats. And I'm sorry about all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was hard. I know how it is to lose a parent. It really is.
For sure.
It's not the easiest,
Yeah.
Part of your life changes and you lose something, but it's kind of hard, but I understand how that is. But look at you now.
I know.
I'm sorry, dude. It's just, I'm surprised because you're still nursing and you got that business going.
Yeah.
That's still wild to me. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm starting to I'm going to get there. I'm going to start that business one day. We'll get to it, I promise. And then after that, dude, so then after you nursing, how long have you been nursing for? And where did you go to work? Which did you go to the hospital here?
So I've had a few different, actually. So I have a good variety of experience under my belt. I've kind of touched base on a few different things. So, I got my LVN certification first. I had that. And then I took a semester off and then went into the RN program. So I was able to work as an LVN first while I finished my RN degree. What's
the difference? LVN, RV, what's that? I don't know any of that. When I hear that, I don't know what that is at all.
So it's a licensed vocational nurse. Okay. It's per se right underneath the RN. So as an LVN, I was able to do a lot of things very similar to the RN. There was just certain things that were out of my scope of practice. I couldn't push certain medications through IVs. And it depends on protocols per hospitals and stuff. I started at the hospital in Friona. That's where all my experience, where my foundation is at, because that's where I started. But I couldn't hang blood. You can't do chemo. You can't do primary assessments, things like that. So there's a lot of things I couldn't do as the RNs do, but very similar work. I mean, me being an LVN and me working with really strong LVNs, I have a lot of appreciation for them because they're very strong and smart, and it helped me get through the RN program as well. Like,
so the LVN is like a entry level stuff, or it's just separate?
Sorry, what was that?
The LVN is a separate, or they're different?
They're
categories?
different, but it's an entry level. Like some programs have it designed like where you're going through the program, halfway through you get your LVN certification, and then you finish it off, and then you end up with your RN.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And then LVN and RN are separate, correct? Like what I'm trying to get at is it takes 2 years to do one, and then 3 years to another.
The LVN took me 1 year, and then another year to finish the RN, so 2 years total.
Okay, I got you now.
Yeah.
Now then after that you went to Amarillo, huh? You came here?
Well, I stayed in Friona for a few years. So I finished my LVN in 2016, started in Friona in 2017, and then in 2020 is when I had decided to come to Amarillo.
Wow, during COVID?
During COVID.
Was that just
Well, there's a lot of things that played into that. I don't want to go into much details, but I have a lot of things that I went through at the hospital in Friona that really pushed me to make decisions to try to search for something else.
Okay.
And also during that time, I really wanted to be a flight nurse. And flight nursing required you to have ICU experience as well as ER experience. So obviously there is no ICU in Friona. So I originally had moved to Amarillo to work an ICU job at Northwest.
Okay.
So that's what I originally had taken on. Now, granted, I did that it was only 2 years since my mom had passed away, and her death was pretty tragic, as you know.
Yeah.
It involved a vehicle,
Okay.
like
yeah,
it was,
I remember,
you know.
yeah.
So I was on the ICU floor, and obviously almost like 80% of my patients were car wreck victims.
Oh, man.
And it was very traumatizing for me. I didn't realize how much PTSD I still had from it. So I struggled working in that field or that specific nursing job. So I decided I wasn't quite ready for that. And I stepped away and I went into home health nursing for a year just to kind of give my mind a little time to still grieve and heal and stuff. And then I attempted to go back again, but I went in as a resource nurse. So resource nurse allowed me to work many different floors. They would send me to whatever floor needed a nurse. So I went anywhere from ER, med-surg, ICU, the pavilion, the cardiology floor, stuff like that. But then during that time, I hurt my back lifting weights. I was going to glute club at the time, and
everyone they're always hurting themselves.
Yeah.
Those places.
Yeah, I blew my back out, and I was trying to do a PR.
On squat?
On a deadlift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was pregnant at the time.
Oh, wow.
Like 8 weeks pregnant, just baby pregnant. Like.
Did you find out or no? Were you aware?
I had just found out like maybe the week before.
Oh. Okay.
And I was still lifting. I mean, it was so early on, and when I went to go see my OB was like, "Yeah, you're never gonna be able to do bedside nursing again. Like, you can't lift patients, you can't turn patients, you can't be squatting, standing up, like." Every movement that a nurse requires, like especially for bedside nursing, my OB was like, sorry, they can't go back to work. And he took me out of work, and that's what pulled me out again the second time from Northwest.
Wow, okay. That's crazy, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What a roller coaster you've been on.
Roller coaster, let me tell you. But I mean, obviously I couldn't like just give up on the nursing side of things. So I told my OB, I was like, okay, I gotta work. And the only thing I know how to do is be a nurse. So what options do I have here? I was like, what if I do like a clinic job? Like anything that's not very, where I'm having to like turn and lift and, do stuff like that with patients. Like, and I convinced him. So that's where the Texas oncology job came up, and he agreed to letting me work there. And I felt like that was legit a God thing, because that Texas oncology was my favorite nursing job I ever had.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was all in Northwest, or you went somewhere else?
No, so after I left Northwest, I ended up at Texas Oncology as a chemo infusion nurse.
There's all kinds of stuff that I don't even know.
100%.
I didn't know there was. I didn't know. I mean, I just know Northwest and BSA.
Yeah. Oh
Everything
no,
else,
there's
like,
so many nursing jobs here in Amarillo. Like, there's so much variety that you could do.
And then after that, You were there for a while, weren't you?
I was there almost 2 years, maybe a year and a half.
Year and a half.
And then that's when we decided to go back home to Friona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All these years, I was wondering, why is you going back? Like, I wouldn't want to go back. I wouldn't, but it makes sense. So now, you're welcome home.
Yes.
What's that town like? What's it now, man? What's it like?
You know, I think...
Because like being a parent, like you seeing your kids. How old is your oldest?
14.
Okay, so how is that like, you know what I'm saying? Like basketball, like...
Oh, man, it's
like crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's a different type of joy, man. Like, you know, like I was literally having the thought just this week when Zaylee we had a track meet in Friona, and just watching her run on the same track that I did, watching her do the same events that I did.
Really?
Yeah, being
cool.
so much better than I was,
Really?
but watching coaches that coached me coach her.
They're still who's? Well, I don't want to ask. Never mind. I don't even know who's still there. I don't even know.
Well, like Carrie was like my favorite track coach.
That's
Like
right, Carrie
she made us amazing, you know?
No, I remember. Yes, that is.
Yeah. And watching her coach her, watching my sister coach her.
Oh, your sister's.
You know, like
okay.
Cindy obviously didn't coach me because she wasn't coaching at that time, but watching, you know, Cindy coach her out there and watching her coach her basketball and, you know, making her into the athlete that she is, like, you know, she's really put in a lot of time and effort into her, and I'm very appreciative of that because it's not something that you're going to find in Amarillo. It's not as personable.
Wow. Okay, that's cool, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Karina, I want to tell you a funny story about that. Actually, do you remember? This was okay. This was around the time where 2010. How old was what year was your oldest?
So I got pregnant in 2010 and had her in 2011.
Okay, so it was somewhere in 2011. This is around the time where, just so you younger guys understand, we had cell phones. Touchscreens were brand new at the time. Facebook app was brand new at the time. And MySpace and Facebook were beefing. I don't know if y'all know what MySpace was. Let me tell you this one, man. So I had my laptop. I didn't have no touch screen yet, but I had my laptop. Now, mind you, we were young. You know what I'm saying? We were. Social media was new, and I remember this. I remember I'm on my laptop. Obviously, Karina's a very popular person, and Karina posted, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and then she said that this is what you said. You're like, "I haven't dilated yet," and you were in the hospital with your first.
Okay, I was in labor.
Yes. Now here's the thing though about that. You said I haven't dilated yet, and so I was like, what is that? You know, I don't know what that word is. I don't know what that is. So my sister-in-law, my middle brother Marisa, was right across from me, and I didn't, you know, I could have Googled, but I was like, I looked at her, I was like, Marisa, what's dilating? And she looks at me like, what do you mean? Like, and so I told her, I was like, well, Karina, she's having her baby. She said that she's dilating. What is that? And then, you know, she was like, oh, I don't know what to tell. She was over here like, it's when the pupils on your eyes dilate. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, in order for a woman to have a baby, her eyes have to dilate. So I'm picturing you like laying down, your eyes dilate. Oh, I'm ready to have a baby.
Oh my God.
And then labor happens or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm 18, 19 around there.
Yeah.
And then I think a week later, I don't know when you had your kid.
Yeah.
And then you posted again on Facebook on your phone, I guess. And you're all like, still prego, or you said something. And then I was like, I'm on my laptop again.
Yeah.
Now this time my sister-in-law is there, but my other sister-in-law is also there. And so I was like, hey, Karina's still pregnant. And then my other sister-in-law was all like, well, she still hasn't had her baby? And I was all like, yeah, the pupils on her eyes haven't dilated yet. And then she's all like, what? And she's like, yeah, you know, in order to have a baby, your eyes have to dilate so you can have a baby. And then she looks at me like, Brian, who told you this? And I was like, Marisa did. And she was all like, why'd you tell him that? And she's all like, hey, I had to tell him something.
She was like, I'm not having that conversation. She's like, I'm not going to explain what that means.
And so a week later, my brother told me, and I was like, oh.
You're like, now I get it.
I get it. All these years, you had to have your eyes open up. That's what was funny to me, guys.
That's hilarious, actually. You know, that's kind of understanding what it's like to be a parent, because when a kid asks you, hey, Mom, what does this mean? You're like, you know, I don't know how to explain that. We're going to have that conversation later or something.
Here in a couple years.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, oh my gosh, I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Girls laugh at that. I'm going to clip that and post
That's
that.
hilarious. I'm going to start telling people that. So your eyes haven't dilated yet? Your baby's not coming yet? What?
I didn't know that. I was all confused for a second. I was all like, wait, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm dead. That's good stuff.
I feel like I told you before, didn't I?
No, that's the first time I'm hearing that story.
I know I tagged you on it before, but yeah, no, straight up, it was like, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that's a baby was born. Eyes dilate.
And then the baby.
And then I guess the water breaks, and then you have your baby.
There's a lot more complexity to that, actually. But yeah, sure.
Something like that. Yeah, we'll go with that.
We're going to go with that one.
Okay, cool. And then that was it. And then your daughter's, how old is she? 14? 14?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Has she met my nephew yet?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, which one?
Oh, no, he's in Dimmitt. He lives in Dimmitt.
Oh, but you have one in Freon at high school, right? Because he's the powerlifter.
Yeah, he'll be on.
Yeah.
He might go to state, so
Yeah.
he might be here pretty soon.
Oh, good.
That's crazy though, man.
Yeah.
Is your daughter? So she's in track?
She's in track, basketball, volleyball, cheer.
Dang, everything you did. That is crazy.
Yeah, everything I did. And see, that's the perks of Freona, because Amarillo, it's like you do this or that. You can't do all of it. You have to choose this or that. And that's the thing that I liked about Freona. It gives them the opportunity to do it all if they wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
Like with her, for example, while we were in Amarillo, we had to choose, we really chose between basketball or volleyball. And in her case, we chose volleyball. So she didn't touch a basketball the entire time we lived in Amarillo. She never played. She only played volleyball. And when we moved back to Freona, we moved back, I think it was like Thanksgiving of 7th grade year, which was last year. Mm-hmm. So during that time, and she didn't want to do basketball then because she hadn't played.
Yeah.
But we threw her into travel ball, which was Cindy and Andrew Aguirre coaching their travel ball team.
Okay.
And I mean, I threw her in there, and poor thing, she looked like a baby deer in headlights. Like, she struggled through it because, of course, she'd never played, and these girls had been playing together since they're 2nd grade, 3rd grade. So they, they really raised them, developed them up, the skills and everything. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they worked with her, and in a year, she's come a long way. I mean, and that, like I said, once again, that's not something that you would find, I personally feel like, here in Amarillo, because it's just so much more of a personal relationship with her, like with my sister and Andrew, coaching her and getting her to where she needed to be to catch up to the girls.
Wow. How did that work though? So like you said, volleyball and didn't touch basketball. Aren't they separate seasons though?
They're separate seasons, but they really like for you to focus on, I think, like one or the other.
Wow.
Because by the time you get to like junior high school here, like even like 7th grade, you had to try out for athletics, and then you had to try out for your specific sport that you're wanting to do. And, in Freona, we're not used to that. We're not used to having to try out for athletics, trying to try out for the sport. And here in Amarillo, even in junior high, you do. So, it was like 80 girls trying out for the volleyball team.
Oh.
And they pick, 9, 10 of them. So she didn't even make the volleyball team here. And I felt like she was really good at volleyball. So it's just, the difference there, and I wanted her to not necessarily say that, I don't expect her to be like, go play state, go play college ball. And if she does, that's great. But just to have the experience and have the memories of doing that, because those were some of my favorite memories growing up in junior high and high school.
Okay. That's cool, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
Try out, imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine our small town. You have to try out. Only 10 people go.
No, I feel like it would have broken me as as an athlete. And, I think it's just, like I said, the fun of getting to do it and having the memories of it. And pulling out the competitive side of it, absolutely. But I think being pulled away from it from the beginning, not getting a chance to really do it just because you missed the tryouts, like you weren't good enough to be a part of it, then I think that could have really ruined, it potentially could have ruined her and her confidence. And I think it did actually, because her confidence struggled because of it. And then going back to Freona, they really worked at building her confidence back up.
Okay, man. Congrats. That's cool, man. That's cool. It's a good thing of seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I might move back when I have kids.
There you go.
No, God no. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what's up, man.
It may change when you have kids. Your mentality will change.
It probably will, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. Oh man, what was I gonna ask you? It was something about. Hey, did you put her in band? That's what I asked you.
Oh yeah, she loves band. She's a trombone player like her dad. I thought she was gonna be a flute piccolo player like me, but she chose the trombone, and she's good at it.
Really?
She's very good at it. Yes.
That's wild, dude. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
She picks up after her mom.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to break, man, and we're gonna thank our sponsors.
Okay.
All right. So this video is. All right. So Karina, we're gonna talk about let's go back to your nursing real quick. So how long have you been doing this nursing thing for?
Let's see. I've been a nurse going on 8 years.
8 years. Now, if I were to ask you this, the pay, is it, What? I thought it was like, hey Brian, let's go to Rome or something. No?
No. Maybe if you're a travel nurse, I could see it, but no, I think for,
No,
this
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Y'all make what? Over 90. No? Comment, please. Thank you. That makes no sense.
It depends on the type of nurse that you are.
Okay.
And where you work and stuff like that. But I think for the amount of things that nurses do, they go through, have to deal with, I don't think you could pay a nurse enough. And I hate talking financially about stuff like that, but nurses really go through it.
Yeah, no, I believe it too. The things that y'all seen and y'all do, so it makes sense. So
Yeah. And this isn't part of the stuff we were talking about, but in recent events, there's been, I don't know if you've seen like a nurse that was every bone in her face was broken recently by a patient.
Oh wow.
And yeah, like it's, there's a lot of things that happen with nurses like that, like, and we're not allowed to defend ourselves physically like that. Yeah. And there's not a lot of support.
Joining MMA class.
Just kidding.
All right, go on.
I'm sure that's what every nurse thinks though. Like they will come back and, they want to defend themselves because who wants to be treated like that, and we're what we do, our profession is we want to help people. Like that is our profession, like we want to heal people. We want to fix everything we can, and just kind of seeing what my community of nurses has gone through in that aspect has been really hard to watch. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think nurses get paid enough because they truly go through it. Not only like physically and those things that we just talked about, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, it's really hard to work in hospitals.
I believe it.
And just working in a setting like that in general is really hard because there's not a lot of support.
Okay. No, it makes sense. I know why. I mean, I've met people that are in that field. The things that they've seen is just kind of hard mentally. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it though. So
Yeah.
So what's do you have a story of like, dude, let me tell you this story. Do you remember one that in nursing? Positive. We'll do a positive one.
A positive story.
I saved a life, Brian. 1, 2, 3. Wake up.
Don't work that way.
Imagine.
Oh, man. No. I don't know. I mean, I have so many stories, but I have to be careful. I can't really share stories because if it sounds familiar to anyone, it could be breaking HIPAA. I don't know.
Really? Okay. Well, tell me a negative story. No, I'm joking.
No.
No, you good, man. Hey, so now here's where I want to get into, Karina. I've always wanted to talk about this one. So now which is crazy, dude, because like you exercise, you work out. I see all that stuff. It's pretty legit. And then, so now, you're a nurse, right? The thing that threw me off was you started a business. Yeah. What is that called? And what is that? So
the business is called KO Hydration and Wellness. It's a IV hydration and wellness business. So I offer a variety of IV bags that help with a variety of things, like anywhere from the most popular one that people know, the hangover relief, but allergy relief, joint health, immunity boost. The hangover relief. And it's surprisingly, I haven't given the hangover relief once in Friona.
Oh, we just became wet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't given it once, so.
I didn't think that existed. I thought, that please, you hangover, you gotta stay hangover. Remember that?
Uh-huh.
So that's real?
Yeah.
So you can, so how does that work? And then you just inject and...
Yeah, so there's different things that we would put in the bags that help with a variety of things, and then we give you an infusion through your veins.
Just like a regular IV, like the doctor. What? That's crazy.
Yeah, except I have protocols and stuff, so... Excuse me. I'm working through okay, so do you know Premier IV here in Amarillo?
Mm-mm.
No? So there's several infusion places actually here in Amarillo, but I'm kind of like a chain link reaction from Premier IV.
Okay.
So this guy named Brandon Jones, he is like the founder of this. Mm-hmm. And I spoke through him, and he's the one that helped me get established, him and his team and company. Mm-hmm. So I have like a medical director, nurse practitioners, protocols, like everything that I work with and through that I follow. So like everything like legit, I have a doctor and the nurse practitioners, and then it's me. It's just I'm the one running my business.
Yeah.
But yeah, I offer like we were talking about different IV bags. I offer weight loss solutions. So the injections that most people know about, like the semaglutide, tirzepatide, those are things that we can offer, and I offer them in clinic or at home, so you can manage it for yourself at home. A lot of people like to do that. And then I partnered up with Complete Health out of Amarillo.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, shout out to Randy, because he's been freaking amazing.
You've been amazing, Randy. I don't know you. Hopefully I meet you. Go on.
He's the owner of Complete Health, so he partnered up with me and has helped me establish the product side at KO Hydration and Wellness. So I do the Sweat Ethic products that he carries. And then I'm also an ambassador for Bucked Up. So I carry Bucked Up products as well.
Dude, that is crazy, man. Mm-hmm. What? Golly. A nurse and this. That is crazy. God dang. Let's start with the hangover.
Yeah.
I don't drink no more, so I don't need it no more. But how does that work? So like you just go in there and, hey, I want an IV. Is that how that works? Or you have to have like...
So there's
recommended or something.
There's steps to it. Anybody can come in.
Okay.
We kind of just talk about like what they're going through, what symptoms they're dealing with, kind of what they want help with, and then we kind of determine like, okay, this would kind of be probably the best thing that'll suit you, and then at that point they would fill out an intake form for me. That has like their medical history, what medications they're on, allergies, stuff like that, and then I review it. If I feel like they'd be someone that would do well with an IV infusion, then I push them forward to do a consult. We set them up with like a telehealth consult with the nurse practitioners, which is like a face-to-face call.
Okay.
And that's how they do their consult with my nurse prac. And then once they do the consult with the nurse prac determines if they're approved for treatment or not. Currently with the medical director that I have, they approve them for treatment up to 6 months, as long as they don't have any like crazy changes in their medical health or in their history, like their medical history within that 6 month period. But if everything just kind of stays the same, then they're approved for 6 months, and then that gives me the approval to treat them for 6 months, and then I can just follow any protocols and stuff to treat them with.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was like similar to a bar, but not like alcohol. Just you go in there, hey, I just want let's go chill at that IV spot.
Oh, okay. No,
that's how that works.
Yeah, no, there's steps to it just to make sure we're still following things we need to. Obviously my intentions are never to hurt anybody, and
of course.
I still have to have the guidance of the medical director or nurse practitioner to make sure that we're providing the correct treatments for our clients and stuff like that.
Okay. So like it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm so dehydrated, I'm tired from the gym, can I come in? It's not like that.
I mean, it can be.
Oh,
yeah.
It can be. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But we still have to go through that process because, I mean, let's say, for example, someone like that did come in, but they're a CHF patient, congestive heart failure patient. I typically can't give IV infusions to those type of people just because they do require, a whole lot more medical oversight. So that's the purpose of it's set up the way it is, so that I'm not providing treatment to someone that I could potentially harm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. I did not know that. And that's the thing that threw me off, because you do nursing and then you're doing this.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is
and actually we haven't really talked about it. So the only thing in nursing that I'm doing right now is my business. And then I went and got my EMT certification.
Oh, okay.
So I'm an RN EMT and I work full-time for Corona EMS. I don't work at the hospital anymore.
Karina's everywhere, dude. You're how do I say? You're badass.
Oh, well, thanks.
That is crazy. I didn't know that. You know, you said EMT. Tell Monica I said what's up. She was my very first supervisor when I worked in Clovis. She was, yeah.
Really?
Leva Hunt, yeah.
Monica Levis? Monica! I love Monica. So actually, Monica is on my shift. She's the one that kind of helped train me and stuff. I mean, Nick Bockham, he's the director of EMS in Friona, and he is the definition of leadership and what people need in a leader and stuff like that. But Monica is who's on my shift, and I adore her. Oh my gosh, I adore her. She is a very strong EMT. I mean, she knows what she's doing, and I aspire to be half the EMT she is, man, because she is a very strong EMT. And granted, Friona has a solid team right now. Like
I believe it.
The team that Nick has really brought together is amazing. And honestly, the Friona community is blessed to have the EMS service that they currently have. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on it, but I'm saying everybody else that's on the team right now, like our community is very fortunate right now. Yeah.
Monica was very patient with me. I was 18, 19. So you know how it is when you're getting into the field and you're all lazy and stuff. Yeah, she was very patient with me.
Yes, she's very patient. Yeah.
I got, you know, how do I explain? I got better at what I did.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of like getting better at my job. And we were like cool and everything. She was really good, man.
Yeah.
But I was young. I'd love to see her again one day. I'd love to have her on here one time.
Yeah.
One day.
Bring her in. I think she just hit her 20-year anniversary.
I saw it on Facebook. So I saw her on Facebook. Yeah. She just renewed. I was like, wow, congrats. That's good though, man. EMT. Yeah. Do you remember that time? Remember when I saw you that one time with that one individual that, you remember that? I don't want to say his name. Do I want to give up hints? But do you remember that? That time I saw you in Friona in the hospital?
Recently?
I know it recently, a couple of months back.
Yes.
In September, remember that dude? Yeah. So I do want to say thank you. I'm being serious because you're still here when I saw you there. Because when I got there, my mind was kind of racing. You know what I mean? But I do want to say thank you for what you do. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I'm very happy for you. And I'm very proud of you for how far you've came. You know what I'm saying? That individual has been sober ever since that day.
I'm so happy to hear
sober.
that.
He has not drank at all.
Yeah.
He's sober. It's like straight sober.
Yeah.
So I decided to get sober too.
Good.
For now.
Hopefully it can continue that way. Yeah.
No, dude. Okay. So now you're just EMT and your business. That's how it works.
Correct.
So you're no longer in that like hospital now, right?
No.
Okay. Cool. So you just go flip flop back and forth. Like, what I mean is like your work and then your business. And
Correct.
then your business and your work.
Correct.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That is so amazing, man. Hey, I got questions about this one. So like, the triglyceride and all that, dude.
The tirzepatide?
What is that one?
The
Wegovy? Is that the Wegovy?
Tirzepatide is the man, I went blank.
Okay, so you have 4: Ozempic, Zepbound, Wegovy, and Mounjaro.
Yes.
So which one is it?
So tirzepatide is so Wegovy is semaglutide.
Okay.
And Mounjaro, you may know it as Zepbound or Mounjaro. That's the tirzepatide.
Those two are the tirzepatide? That's what they're both called?
Zepbound.
I thought Zepbound was triglyceride.
No. Tirzepatide.
Tirzepatide.
Yeah.
Tirzepatide. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's what you have. And that's the good one is what I was told.
Yeah, that's the one that works better. Yeah. Wow. So the statistics on tirzepatide working are higher than Zepbound because tirzepatide is a GLP-1 and a GIP. So it hits 2 different receptors versus semaglutide is just a GLP-1. It hits just that one receptor. So the percentage rate of it being more successful is with tirzepatide, but the con to it is that it's way more expensive.
Yeah. Except for me. I pay $50 a month.
Oh.
Y'all have to pay $300.
The insurance part of it's nice. I currently can't do the insurance on my side of things.
Oh, you can't? So they can't just go up to you and be like, hey, I got insurance. Does this cover it? No. Wow. I didn't know that. But it's still worth it. If I did the math, $75 a week if you can afford it.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of people are on it though.
Yes. And I've gotten a lot of people on it in Friona.
Oh, have you?
Well, I think I carry about, let's say about 80% of my people are on semaglutide actually, and probably 20% are on tirzepatide. Just because semaglutide's my cheaper option, but a lot of people are seeing results with it. They're doing really well because not only do I just stick them on the weight loss injection and then like push them to the side. I don't do that. We give them a diet plan, a fitness plan. We're checking in weekly. We're monitoring side effects, make sure they're not having side effects. If they are, we try to help them manage it. We encourage like starting greens to help with like gut health, because gut health is super important. Everything stems from gut health. We can offer Zofran to help with like the nausea, vomiting, but I really encourage them to try to start establishing like lifestyle changes, because my goal is not to have them on the injection forever.
Oh yeah, I'm on mine. I've been on mine since October.
Yeah.
I've been on Zepbound.
That's
what I'm on.
So you are on tirzepatide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that? I thought it was called triglyceride. I don't know.
No.
So then, what is triglyceride?
Triglyceride's like you can go get that checked with your labs.
Oh, okay.
It's not a medication.
I've been calling it triglyceride this whole time.
No, not.
I'm on the triglyceride.
No, not the triglyceride. You're on tirzepatide.
Tirzepatide. No, that's how I've been dropping this weight. Yeah. Now, let me make something clear. Now, obviously, I'm not going to talk about this. Like, I won't post this on anywhere, but like, I've been dieting, okay? No one else is dieting. I'm the only one that's been dieting. Like, I've been eating less. But like, what I mean is like, I'll start off with like a protein bar, and 2 hours later, an apple, 2 hours later. Okay, this size right here, chicken, breasts, your broccoli, and just a little bit of rice, because I didn't know rice was fattening.
Yeah.
2 hours later would be another apple, and then 2 hours later would be just a little bit of beef jerky, and then dinner, which whatever, half a burger or whatever.
Right.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Everyone else just kind of, no Cokes, and that's why I quit drinking. No, I haven't had alcohol since October. The last time I drank was with Michael, your cousin. I don't know if you've talked to him.
Yeah. It's been a little bit, but.
Yeah. Say hi to Michael.
Hey, Michael.
So that's the last time I drank with him. And then I cut off sweets.
Yeah.
Like, I just cut off everything, dude. And I guess no one else is doing that. I'm the only, but yeah, I've been dieting. Here's the thing. So that diet I'm just telling you about right now, it's hard, dude, because you're always hungry.
Yes.
You're always hungry. And it's just dieting in general. You're just always hungry.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. And then just with this Zepbound, you're just not as hungry. So
yeah. It suppresses the appetite for sure. Yeah.
So that's how I've been losing weight. Now, obviously, I do work out, just not as heavy. This is what I was going to ask you. So I don't know if you had this yet, but like, why do people get very lightheaded when working out? Have you had that yet at all?
Yeah. I mean, are you hydrating well?
Is that what that is?
Hydration is a big thing. And then still making sure that I know your appetite's suppressed, but you still got to eat really good whole foods that are really going to give you energy, because you've got to still nourish yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one thing that I have seen a lot in not my clients, but things like other clients that I've really seen taking the medication, is that the appetite's suppressed and they're just completely not eating, they're not drinking the way they're supposed to. I mean, you still got to nourish yourself. I mean, you need those nutrients, you know? So making sure you're hydrating well and eating whole foods. Things that are like even the good fats, like your, peanuts, avocados, stuff like that. You've still got to put those good things into you. You got to fuel your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I haven't been, because like whenever I first went to the gym, I was like, I'm gonna start going to the gym.
Yeah.
And I would lift very heavy.
And you get lightheaded.
But then I put the weights down. And it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? And then I just go light.
Yeah.
So I brought that up to my doctor, and I was all like, hey man, I'm getting really lightheaded when working out. And then she did bring that up. She brought up not eating enough, not very hydrated, and too low blood pressure, too much of a low blood pressure.
Yeah.
So I'm down 30 pounds.
Okay.
So that's,
congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I'm down 30 pounds. Now I'm on high blood pressure pills. So we went from 40 milligrams to 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now we're doing good on that. And then she was like, look at my blood work. It's like, this is amazing. This is much better.
Yeah.
Just keep going and keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do, like, it really does work. I can tell, because, like, I went to Fiona this couple of days.
Yeah.
And then I see, like, the people that I've seen before, and they're all skinny. And I'm like, y'all guys are on it. I know y'all guys are on it. But, hey, man, but, like, I mean, what I'm getting tired of is the negative side of it.
Okay, so that I'm glad you're bringing that up, because I hate that. I hate that people feel like they have to keep that a secret that they're on that because they feel like they're going to be judged at the fact that they're taking the injections, right? And that mentality is awful. Like I don't understand, why are people like that? Why do we have to have a mentality of, if someone is currently doing a treatment of something that's going to help them to lose weight, why bash them for it? Why be mean to them about it? Why be like, oh, she's on the Ozempic, he's on Zepbound, or whatever it may be? Like, why? I've never understood that mentality. I've never understood it. But I will always respect, I do respect the privacy of my clients, obviously. And I never would say, hey, this person's on it. This is because I respect the privacy. But I do want my client, not my clients, but my community to know that it's okay. It's okay for people to do things that are good for themselves. And that's going to help them with their own self-confidence or whatever it may be. Yeah. And we shouldn't have to be hard on people for that.
Yeah. The negative side I'm talking about mostly is like, oh, you're going to gain it all back.
Oh.
So I was like, well, that too, what you're saying is just, I talked to my doctor about it and I was like, listen, am I going to get this weight back? And she was like, what'd she say? She said, all my patients, they don't gain it all back, but depending on how you treat it, I mean, you can gain a couple, but not the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yeah.
These injections are actually the way that they're designed is to hopefully help you not have the rebound gain. But the best thing with them is to obviously establish the lifestyle changes, which, like for you example, you already have. You're doing the diet, you're doing the exercise. So the medication helps give you the boost to lose the weight. Now, once you start coming off of it, the goal is to continue the lifestyle changes, and hopefully you will maintain. You may gain a little bit back, but since you have established the lifestyle change, you should potentially do really well once you come off of them.
Yeah. So I'm on, like me, I'm on 30, so I'm down 30 pounds. I'm trying to hit 200. The only downside is the scale stopped. I haven't lost my weight yet. So
well, and you also have to remember, if you're hitting the gym hard, I mean, muscle weighs more than fat. You're probably starting to go through that transition where you're starting to build muscle. And it's kind of hard to watch the scale in that sense, because once you start really building the muscle, that weight is going to fluctuate because you're losing the weight and building muscle. You know what I'm saying? So you might start seeing it more in like how your clothes fits and
dude, all my clothes fit so loose.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to this store yet. I'm extra large now.
Yay. See, it's exciting. Yeah,
it is.
And that's what I tell some of my clients too. I'm like, I know like the medication's designed like, hey, we got to watch the scale, see how many pounds you're losing. But I also tell them, take before pictures. Like take before pictures so you can compare. You can be comparing the pictures.
Have you seen mine?
No. Actually, yes. I've seen you post them on social media, but the before pictures help. The comparisons, how your clothes fits, stuff like that, especially if you're going to be in the gym, because once you start building that muscle, obviously the scale may not be showing kind of what you're looking for, because you're not just strictly looking for just weight loss anymore. Now you're starting to build muscle and, become lean and strong, and the scale is going to look different.
That's cool, man. I miss fast food, just so you know.
Yeah.
I haven't had fast food since I've had anything, Karina.
Help me. For you. That's awesome.
Help me.
Hey, there's a good fast food place here called Sticky Chicky that you could probably, it's rice and chicken.
Yeah, I guess. I was about to say no, but yeah.
It's rice and chicken.
I want to post on social media and be like, guys, I miss fast food. And I just want I want the negative people to be like, dude, just go. It's okay. It's just one. I don't want to do that though. Yeah. My doctor, so I went up on the MGs. Now I'm at 7.5 now, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So now I don't know how that's going to be. So I start that tomorrow. I'm scared,
okay.
dude. Yeah, because this is the highest that they can give me.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll see how it goes. Karina, please tell me that there's a way I can just get this gut out. Please tell me. Please tell me there's Brian.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. All right.
Just stay. So here's my thing. You got to stay patient with it. Okay. You do want weight loss to be something that happens slowly over time.
Yes.
You don't want to lose a big chunk of it all at once.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think learning to be patient with yourself and your body is going to be the most important thing, and just taking it nice, steady, and easy. And you're going to get to that point. It may take a few years, right? If you're doing it the way you're doing it. because you don't want to be the one that loses like 100 pounds in like 2 months. And then, like you want your body to go through the transition nice and smoothly over time.
So it's guaranteed to lose like 2 pounds a week. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Or the diet I was on, that's how it was. So.
Yeah. The goal is to lose 1 to 2 per week. Yeah.
So that's how we've been good. Except this month. This month is just flat. So I'm like, come on. Well, no, I don't know if it has to do with the night shift. I'm on nights. I work 30 days of nights and then 30 days of days.
That's hard. Night shift is hard. It's hard on the body.
Oh, yeah. So that might be it, but who knows? So, like, I don't know. Are you doing the same thing? My doctor, what she's going to do with me is we're going to do, once I hit that target weight, I'm hoping 200.
Yeah.
Or just as long as this is gone. If you, The gut. Just get a knife and just cut it all off. No, but she told me, like, once we hit that, then we're going to go back down to the 4 or whatever. And then, the dosages, do you know them? It's about to rain.
Is that thunder?
That sounded like thunder. That is crazy. That's crazy. Text you here in a minute. Hey, so like, so how does it, milligrams, how does it go? It's 2.0, right?
It's 2.5.
2.5, that's right.
And then 5.
5, okay.
And then 7.5.
Okay, and then that's it. That's right. And then, okay, so then, that's where I'm at, 7.5.
You're at the 7.5. I think you can even go a little higher than 7.5. It depends on where you go and like the protocols. So like ours with the ones that are at my clinic, you could even go up to 12.5 milligrams. Wow. So you have the 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, and 12.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but I guess it just depends where you go, because like it sounded like at your place that you're going, the highest you can get.
It's just my doctor.
Yeah. So 7.5 is, she said that's the max that you can get to.
Yeah. Well, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I haven't asked. I just told her like, hey, my appetite's increasing and this weight's not going down. And she's like, okay, we'll go up.
So that's why she increased you. Yeah. And that's kind of how we do it there as well. You have to be on the dose at least for 4 weeks minimum. So like, let's say I started you on 2.5 per se, and in 2 weeks you're like, I don't like what it's doing. Can we go up? We're like, well, let's give it 4 weeks. By week 5, then we can go up on your dose, and then we kind of guide it from there. Obviously, like we talked about, the 1 to 2 pounds per week. If the appetite is suppressed, then you're doing good and you're losing the weight, then you're going to stay on that dose. But if you don't lose any, or if you have weight gain and the appetite isn't suppressed and you're eating, like you're snacking like crazy and stuff, then, we're going to increase the dose as long as it's the appropriate time.
Dang, that's crazy. So what she told me, I'll go up, and then we'll go middle, and then we'll go to the least, and then we'll get off it indefinitely. Okay. That's the plan. Is that what you're doing too?
Ours aren't set up like that, but I could see why. Kind of slowly get you off of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know a lot of people, what they do that I've seen is maintenance doses. So like where they, because right now you're doing it weekly, right? Are you doing it weekly?
Yes, every Monday.
Every Monday. So I have a lot of clients that do like maintenance doses where they do it like once every 2 weeks or once a month, just to kind of help them. I currently don't have them, but like I have clients that have said that that's what they've done, is like a maintenance dose. Mm-hmm. I'm still, like I said, still fairly new of being open, so I don't have anybody quite to that point yet. But I've heard a lot about people being on like a maintenance dose.
Okay. Another thing that this is a gym guy who talked about, once you're off it, you can just take protein. Yeah. I mean, it just makes you full much better.
Yeah. So and protein's going to help build muscle, that's...
That's good, man. That's a good. I know. That's what's. I'll be just happy.
Yeah.
You were never on it, huh? You never tried it before?
I did. I was on it for 1 month.
For 1 month.
1 month.
So what? You lost 8 pounds, I guess.
I lost like 12 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, 12 pounds. That's why I was like, ooh, this is good. So because
all you needed.
Yeah, it's all I needed. So you saw. I mean, everybody sees I worked out. I've been, in the gym pretty hard.
Do you want them to follow you on anywhere?
I got all the socials: Instagram,
follow
TikTok,
her on
Snapchat.
Follow her, and she does a lot of weight loss stuff. She does a lot of workout stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
I mean, like you saw, I work out pretty hard. My husband and I, we've kind of been on like a weird breakish.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, he has lost weight. I can see the difference from when, I keep up on people. So when I saw him before. Yeah. I'm not saying he was large, but he has trimmed down. So I do want to, if you want to tell him that. Yes. He has trimmed down.
He has trimmed down. I'm just saying. He was like, he quit drinking alcohol when he joined the fire department, which was over a year ago now. The moment he joined the fire department, he said that he wanted to be sober 100% because if the tones ever dropped for him to respond, he wanted to be able to, and he didn't want alcohol to stop him from being able to respond. So I think that played a big role in his part, was that alcohol is rough on the body, right?
Oh, yeah.
So being a whole year and more off the alcohol has helped him tremendously. And then he stayed a little even more disciplined than I did, because when, we were getting kids to, because Zaylee would have practice every morning at 6 a.m. First volleyball, basketball. So that really kind of got hard trying to work out in the mornings and stuff. Yeah. But he still stayed pretty disciplined. His hours are a little easier than my hours on working. So he would still come home, work out. He eats very well. Like, he's very disciplined with how he eats, like, versus me. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that looks good. So he's done well. I think him stopping the alcohol played a big role with how his body has reacted to stuff.
You see, guys? We should all quit drinking. We're already in a point where, we should just quit drinking in general. Yeah. Thank you. Quit drinking.
Stop drinking.
Okay. Hey, so now, Karina, we're getting ready to wrap things up because we got over. What's next for you, Karina? What do you think is next for you?
In life?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the direction that things are going for me right now. I do have plans to grow my business. Mm-hmm. I really have a lot of things that I want to add to it, that I think would benefit our community in Friona. Mm-hmm. It's just making sure I get everything established the way I do, the finances, stuff like that. Currently in this season of my life and everything that I'm going through with my career, I don't see myself ever going back to working in a hospital. I really like being on the EMS side of things, and I like running a business. I like being my own boss.
Yeah, and I'm happy for you. Yeah. Because you inspired me too. Good. Because I want to start a business too. I mean, I have this, but I have other, like I said, I have other stuff that I'm trying to do. Yeah. And I'm really proud of you, Karina. I really am. Being, what you do now, your job, and you have a business, which is pretty legit. Like I said, you're pretty badass. Thanks. And dude, I'm really happy for you, man. I'm really proud of you. And you. Keep doing your thing. Keep moving up. Keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm really happy for you. And dude, I'm pretty sure everyone's like shocked. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, dude, I'm really I'm very happy for you, man. I'm really proud of you, and I want to see you continue to progress in your business and your personal life. And thank you. For your kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I hope it all works out for you. And I really want to see you, push forward so everyone else can, hey, if Karina can do it, I can do it too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is to be able to even help or inspire at least one person. Mm-hmm. Right. And to show people that even through like the hardest times, like, you can get through it. I think I'm a perfect example of that. Any obstacle can be placed in your path to stop you, mm-hmm. and you have to learn to find a way around it to get to where you want to be. Like, I had every reason to fail. Mm-hmm. I had every reason to quit. I've had every reason to not be successful. Yeah. I had every reason to be a whole different person. Like, to be a person who was dependent on drugs, alcohol. I had every reason. Mm-hmm. And first and foremost, I thank Jesus for always keeping his doors open and help guiding me in the roles in the paths that I've gone down. But I think learning how to deal with things and cope with things has played a big role in that as well. And teaching myself to want better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I hope that I can inspire people to do that regardless of the things that you've gone through in your life, that it's your choice, mm-hmm. and what you want for your life and what you want to do with it. All right, man. All right, Karina. Well, I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Do you have anyone to say? Any shout outs you want to tell anybody?
Ooh.
Look.
Shout outs.
Shout out to
my husband, Josue, because I would not be the person I am currently if it wasn't for him. And I wouldn't be as successful as I am if it wasn't for him, because he has been my rock and foundation and everything, not only with my success, but with my family and my kids. Shout out to my kids, because they're the reason why I do everything. Shout out to God and Jesus, because without him, it wouldn't be possible.
All right, man. All right, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Karina Trevino. Follow her. I don't know, do you have any businesses you can like on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff?
My business, you mean?
Anything in general?
What you mean?
I don't know. Links in the description down below if you want to follow her. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Wrong one. Thank you all so much, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you guys later. Peace out. We'll see you next week.